And welcome back to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online, on Spreaker, across America and around the world, wherever you may be listening. And welcome back to the Gary Russen program. Freestyle Friday edition. Freestyle is kind of like the Freestyle Friday. Only difference is it's Wednesday instead of Friday, a midweek edition. And the reason we started out a little late is because I had some last minute important things to do before I got on the air. So I decided I'll just kind of postpone it an hour, because there was quite a bit I wanted to do and getting things ready to go on the air, like last minute temperature adjustments and stuff like that. So I decided to delay the program a little bit by an hour so that I could get those done. And that's what I had to do today. So I decided to postpone it an hour, but I got another Gary Russen program added next week, June 22nd at 2 o'clock Central Time, right here on GJRB, because this is Freestyle Summer, and I can add and subtract shows at will. And at this schedule, I'm kind of liking it so far. And the reason for that is because I can kind of be flexible about things. My tight schedule, which sometimes I feel that I schedule programs too closely. As you will know, I've had that problem in past issues. So I decided, well, what I'm going to do is to change the program schedule a little bit, move things around, change the things to circumvent what I need to do. Because sometimes, folks, sometimes I have to change the programming around a little bit. So that's what I did today. You know how that goes. So anyway, like I said before, that's the reason why I decided to delay the program a little bit, because I felt that I had to get this done. I had to get some of my temperatures lined up for my automation and stuff like that, local stuff for my 9-foot signal. So, you know, yeah, even though I told you about my 9-foot signal, okay, what happened was I had on the 27th, May 27th, I was carrying the Cubs game on my 9-foot signal, and the wire broke on the transmitter, and I lost the transmitter. Now I'm trying to fix it, because if I can fix it, great, because I might still be able to use it yet, but I'm waiting on another 9-foot signal transmitter equal to that to come in the mail, and when it does, I'll be able to be back on my 9-foot FM. But for right now, I'm kind of like practicing my local stuff and synchronizing things. That's why I do that. So I decided to postpone for an hour and be flexible about it. So like I said before, I'm kind of going off the log today, and this program log I wrote is just a revamping of my May 18th show. All I did was kind of realign it, because it was kind of sloppy anyway. It needed to be realigned and fixed, so that's what I was doing. But as you will know, I do the logs over and over and over again until they finally play through without incident, and then I start a new one. But I try to do the log and usually put it away. I kind of store all my logs away, and then I redo them. So I kind of fix them up, because I got them on the computer and I can pull them up. That's what's great about it. So, you know, it's just that way. But anyway, welcome to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online here on Spreaker, across America and around the world. And you know how that all goes, right? Getting the program together here and being able to put it on the air and stuff like that. You know, it takes a lot of work to put this show together, and sometimes I kind of get frustrated when my show doesn't go on as planned. But I am thinking to myself, well, sometimes I need to be more flexible. So I'm kind of backing down a little bit on how tight I do things sometimes, because a lot of times freestyle is just as much fun as doing the full show. Next hour, I'm going to do sports page. Not this hour. I'm going to postpone sports page until 4:45. Okay, so next hour I will do sports page. Okay, and I'll give you the rundown on sports next hour. Okay? And give you a rundown on those sports scores and stuff, and some various stories for sports. But as of now, though, I'm going to put the sports page off for a while, and I will have that on for you a little bit later on. Okay, so we're gonna I'm kind of moving things around. Freestyle day, as I told you before, this is like a Freestyle Friday. The only difference is it's a Wednesday. So I'm gonna forfeit the log, not following it verbatim today, and we're just gonna have a blast and do things, because this is indeed the Gary Russen program. You know it, folks.
Gary Russen program. Discussing what's in the news, sports, and other things happening in the world. And now, you can talk to Gary live at area code 563-613-4260. In a sea of lies and deception, this is the beacon of truth on internet radio. This is the Gary Russen program on GJRB.
Okay, once again, hello everyone, hello everywhere, across America and around the world. Welcome to the Gary Russen program. And this show, like I said about a couple of weeks ago, because I felt that there wasn't enough Gary Russen programs on the air. I mean, look at the long haul from our last show, which was on May 24th? Yeah, well over a half a month ago. And I'm thinking, I need more Gary Russen programs. And this is Freestyle Summer, which means when it's Freestyle Summer, what that means actually is that I can do things a little differently. Summer's a light time of season. It's open for anything. There's a flexibility there. And I decide, well, I'm going to use that flexibility and decide, well, maybe I don't need to do this show so seriously that I can't do a little bit more, relaxation on the schedule. Kind of lax a little bit. Kind of like loosening up those shoestrings, as I've said before. And because, I love doing my show tight, but sometimes things happen in live radio. One of the things is something goes wrong, something doesn't fire off right, so you have to be flexible in this business, So I decided to add another show next Friday, and then next Wednesday. Next Wednesday we're doing another one. Gary Russen program, live next Wednesday, 2 o'clock Central, right here on GJRB. I'm adding another show because it's Freestyle Summer. That means Freestyle Summer, the schedule changes frequently. I add or subtract programs anytime I feel the need to. And I also add shows, including a couple of new ones I got planned in July. A couple of real good ones, as a matter of fact, including Swing Time Favorites coming back. I've got a preview of that 1945 show I'm going to be doing. I also have another show coming up, which I'm going to be talking to you about next hour. It's going to be the Crooners. Now, a lot of you people know that I like that old music, like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr., and a lot of female ones, too, as well, like Dinah Shore. I mean, just the adult standards, the American songbook, the music that the terrestrial radio neglects, And as I'll be talking about that here in a few minutes, as the Gary Russen program continues. As you will know, on Wednesday and Friday shows, news and comment continues throughout the show. And I got a story for you about how they want to eliminate AM/FM radio from cars. We're talking about that. Hang in there for that. I don't know why they just want to. Well, another shooting at a gay bar in Orlando now. Yeah, this fuels the fire. This fuels it. And who says that? And what now? The left say the Christians are to blame. Why? I'm not here. We don't hate. Christians don't hate. We hate the sinner, but we love the sinner. We love the sinner, but we hate the sin. If my show in recent past has displayed that, I'm sorry. It would do. We love the sinner, we hate the sin. It is purely an act of terrorism from the Muslims who have a bone to pick with the LGBT community, who have a problem. It's a matter of fact, ISIS is taking full responsibility of this act of violence. Now, the wife of this shooter who shot up that gay club in Orlando, the wife of that shooter is also in trouble because she withheld information. She withheld information, crucial information. She tried to stop him from shooting. She tried to stop it. But she is being arrested for an accessory to the crime. She's guilty as he is. And I'll be talking more about that throughout the afternoon here. Well, yesterday was Flag Day, and I wonder why this holiday doesn't get much attention. Why is that? You have to wonder. What is up with that? Sad, really. And later on here, I got a song. This past Sunday, Carmen did a song on his concert. We went along with our church family. He did this song at a concert that kind of brought me to tears because of the situation and the question that I had. The fact that people disrespect the American flag. They step on it, they burn it, and I'm just tired of it. And sometimes, and maybe I'm wrong about this, folks, okay, but I sincerely think that it's really, really sad when we have to disrespect the American flag. This is the flag of our nation. And you ought to hear this song. It tells it all. It tells what the colors mean. It tells what the colors mean. And what the American flag means. What our flag is, takes a lot of punishment. I'm just tired of it. And believe me, folks, this song has no indication of racism in it. Does it talk about the flag being racist? There's nothing mentioned about racism. So listen to this, libs. Now listen to this, America haters. If you're offended, please check out. Please click out. You don't want to hear it? Fine. But for those Americans who are grateful to be living in this country that is free, listen to the words of this song. Starts with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. One nation under God. We need to bring God back into America, folks. That's the problem. We've kicked God out, and that's why there's so much violence in the streets. That's why there's so much shooting. And I got a story coming up. Chicago, Illinois, over the weekend, apparently, and this was posted by a friend of mine in our church family, posted this story, about that there were 72 killings, and I think, I don't know what it was, something like 40, what was it? I have to look it up. Small amount, larger amount of people shot and killed, small amount injured. Over the weekend in Chicago, Illinois. Over the weekend. Okay? This is what's going on, folks. This is what's going on. We have this kind of stuff because there's no regard and no fear of God in America. Obama doesn't have a fear of God. It's just, this is what it means, folks. Not just the respect to the flag, but also the respect for the men who served this country for our freedom. The men who served this country for our freedom. That is also the problem. Okay? Oh, by the way, I reactivated the Skype. I did that just over the past couple of days. Skype, I haven't opened it up yet, but I'm going to do that here in a couple of minutes. But I activated the Skype so you can call me there on the show. Skype at Gary.Russen. And you can join me on the air, call me on my show. And also I'm also linked it up to my Hangout. I can do that with this new V cable that I installed on the computer. It's fabulous. I could actually talk to you on the air, and we're going to be doing that throughout the show. Freestyle day today, Gary Russen program, GJRB online, 3 to 6 p.m. today, Central Time. Got some non-stop talk coming up after the 4 o'clock break, and we're going to continue the Gary Russen program. So hang in there. We'll be right back. I got more stuff coming up, so stay with me. And let's see. I'll be opening up next half hour my Skype, and we'll be talking on the air live. So do that. I got to grab my cell phone. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll have to check in the last break. I know. I might leave it down somewhere. You know, sometimes I even stick it in my pocket and don't forget I did it. I do that sometimes. Anyway, I'll be pulling that out. I got to pull that up and get my cell phone. And then we'll open the lines up for conversation here on the Gary Russen program at area code 563-613-4260. So we're going to be on the air. We do a lot of stuff. I got a lot of great stuff coming up on the Gary Russen program today here on GJRB, our middle of the week, over the hump day, semi-freestyle, wide open radio show for the rest of the afternoon here on GJRB Online on Spreaker. And we're going to stay on the air until like about 6. I'm going to stay here about 6. Non-stop talk all afternoon right here on GJRB. So I hope you'll stay with me throughout the afternoon. We'll have weather on the 5s coming up next hour. And we'll do some temperatures across America. America and around the world. You know where we're at. GJRB on Spreaker, on the Spreaker public sites. We have the best in talk radio. You know it. Be right back. You got more coming up after the 4 o'clock break on GJRB.